And sometimes you ask yourself that, why is he always angry? Some said maybe he's anxious or something, I don't know, whatever it is. His record was so bad, yeah, that as the former governor of Borno, with what he used Boko Haram to deal with them, the Christians in Borno, he couldn't find, former governor of a state, he couldn't find anywhere they could see real Christians, real, what do you call it, the real church leaders, as they were looking for church leaders to join them on the day they were supposed to unveil him as Tinubu's Muslim ticket vice president. A desperate, narcissistic, I'm looking for all those things where you can associate with dangerous, deadly people. Yeah? Anyway, help me with that. Somebody should be so worried and scared of. They will tell you don't, but I'm telling you do. If you can run, run as fast as you can, because now trap, trust me. That is him. He had to go and hire fake bishop, and then Bishop Tress or something. They had to go and borrow costume. They hired wheelbarrow pushers, Okada riders, and some other hustlers from Yanya Market, from Araraba Wuse Market, and they brought them to an important occasion where this fraud was to be unveiled as the deputy to Tinubu. And guess something, right? Even if you speak to some a little bit kind of enlightened northerner, not the one that continue to feed from the lies that APC represent, okay? Even if they are members of APC, they will tell you that they know those pulling the string of Shetima that made him Tinubu's deputy, and the agenda behind that as well. But they can't say much publicly, but they will tell you, now Shetima go finish Tinubu. They know that. But no be Tinubu choose them, then go see. Atiku was there too. He was also talking about solution to Nigeria's problem. I don't know if you would like to listen to that. Some part of what he said, another lies.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished members of the Nigerian Bar Association, ladies and gentlemen, let me express my profound gratitude for the invitation granted me to be here with you this afternoon in your annual conference. I have been requested to speak on bold transitions in the 21st century as far as our country is concerned. I want to say that since the return of democracy in 1998-99, Nigeria has never found itself in such a very, very critical joint in our history. Today we have had all the negative indices as far as our country. Today we are more disunited as a nation. We have never experienced this level of poverty. We have never experienced this state of insecurity. We have never experienced this level of unemployment. We have recognized all these negative developments in our history. What is important is how do we tackle these challenges. And this is where history and also experience beckon on us to make sure that we don't get it wrong at this point in time. Otherwise, if we get it wrong at this point in time, I don't know when we will ever get it right. I have been involved in the struggle to return democracy to this country from the military days. In fact, I can say I am even lucky to be alive. So many of my contemporaries have been murdered and killed in this struggle. But somehow, by the grace of God, by miracle, I have survived up to this point in time. And that's why in my brief introduction, I stated that there are 5 key areas that any leadership, forget about party, any leadership, whichever political party, must confront these 5 issues. And I enumerated them. I said the unity of our country is very, very fundamental. And how do we achieve the unity of our country?
We need a unifier.
Is by making sure that we give every part of this country a sense of belonging. And somebody asked me, how do we give every part of this country a sense of belonging? I referred them to the situation we found Nigeria in 1998-99 when we came into office. As a PDP party, we won overwhelmingly. We could go on and form our party, our government, just based on our majority. But we decided to shelve the majority and said, look, every political party must be part of our administration. And we formed a government of national unity. No sooner we formed the government of national unity, there was calm in the country. After the calm, what next? How do we move? Then the issue of the economy came in, the issue of security came in. Because we had a consensus, we had no problem dealing with subsequent challenges. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have had an experience, and it is that experience that I said must be brought back. Yes.
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope. We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
But there is another one, the Peter Obi one. It was there too. And they said they used the NBA to set a trap for Tinubu, and he dodged a bullet because the entire show, right? Or should we say Peter Obi actually captured the entire show, so to say. That didn't go down well. But what did he say there, apart from other videos you've seen? Maybe you can listen to this. And then, like others.
I recognize the former Vice President of Nigeria and my leader, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. All other protocols duly. Mine is a very simple one. Let me start by thanking the organization for inviting me. As you know, I'm one of those strongest beneficiaries of the judiciary. For my strong legal team, for the work of my own legal team led by Dr. Onyechi Bazu, SAN, and led OJ Nadi, SAN, I wouldn't be standing here. You know that from my election petition to my impeachment to my tenure interpretation. And again, whenever people talk about corruption in the legal or in the judiciary, and one who takes exception, in all this journey, I did not give anybody 1 naira. So for me, I remain eternally grateful to you for what you did for me to be here and everything. Our topic today is democratic transition in the 21st century Nigeria, 2023 and beyond. I think it's for great people like you or people like Chimamanda I invited, but for me as a trader, I'll try to contribute in my own little way, the way I think we should go. For me, democracy have a simple description. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. That means everything about democracy is the people. And transition means changing from one thing to the other. And for me, Nigeria needs urgent transition from being a highly insecure country to a secure country, from a disunited country to a united country, from corruption to a transparent country, from a country of lawlessness to a country of law and order. But in all this, it is important that we look at where we are today for people to understand the gravity of the journey we are going to take if we are going to transit. Where are we today? Nigeria have qualified to be a failed state. We have met the 2 or 3 biggest characteristics of a failed state. Number 1 is when you're no longer in charge of your territory. Today, we are among the top terrorized countries of the world. We are among the top kidnapping countries of the world. Bandits have taken over some parts of this country. Nigerians are being killed daily. All sorts of criminality is going on daily. Even our most important source of foreign exchange revenue, oil, is today 80% stolen. That shows how bad it is. We are the only country, apart from Venezuela, who we know is their own is because of sanctions, that is not meeting up its OPEC quota. Every other country is begging for increase, but Nigeria is not meeting up its own. And you wouldn't believe the quantity that is missing. In July alone, our total average, our quota is 1.8 million. In July, our total average was 1,083,000 barrels a day. That means that in July, we lost 707,000 barrels per day. If you multiply that by 31 days, it will give you 22,227 barrels of oil that we lost. This is a country that needs dollar. If you sell it, if you sell that oil, if you sell the quantity we lost, this is July alone. If you at the average price of $110, he will give you $2,450,000,000, which at our rate of exchange of 550, you lost. If you use 550, because I used an average of 550, you've lost 1,344,700,000,000 naira. That is your country. That's what you lost in 1 month because of stealing. It is important that we know this. Number two item to show that we are first state is that you are no longer in control of your economy. Your economy today, we have an economy where we have over 100 million people living in poverty. Your unemployment is one of the worst in the world because you have a combined unemployment of 50%, unemployment and unemployment. Out of 200 million Nigerians, 60% is supposed to be working. So you're supposed to have 120 million Nigerians working, but today Nigerians that are working are under 50 million. So 70-something million of Nigerians are not working, they are not productive. When you compare this to your productivity, you will see how low it is. But what is even worse, we're in a physical mess, total physical mess. Because of all this, between January this year and April, the total revenue of federal government of Nigeria is 1,630,000,000,000 naira. Their expenditure is 4,720,000,000,000. If you might know.
Oh, gbogbo ala máa jẹ breakfast. Àsìkò tó ní kálukú máa jẹ tiẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Summa billah.
And that is why, you see, Obi talks about the problems, and to obedient, they just believe that, let me put it this way. The articulators, or the articulated moguls, the Batidiots, or the Lagos Abobakus. So they kind of believe that Obi talks more about the problems. He just talks about the problems. But the obedient or the obedient, they will tell you it is a common sense. Somebody said, we are losing this amount of crude oil. Yeah? So, and this is the amount of money we are losing. So what is the solution? Stop the stealing. If you stop the stealing, the money comes to you. When Obi talks about the terrorist kidnapping, this or that, blah, 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 to the PDP APC, yeah? To them, we all know about that. What is the solution? To the obedient, or Benny, the solution is don't pardon terrorists anymore. Allow the military to go after them, and Obi will do just that. You know what I mean now? So it's like that's why I call them. I call the obedient the karma for PDP APC, who thought everyone rising up legitimately demanding that this faulty arrangement should be reviewed or broken up completely if you really want to save lives. And the APC, PDP, and their own people, they what? They bombarded everyone and then, supported the state-sponsored, human rights abuses, including killings of those they suspected as opposition to their different criminal leaders. So when you now see the Obi there, they don't want explanation. Benny, don't tell us story. We understand what Obi is saying. Shut up your mouth, PDP. Shut up your mouth, APC. Shut up. And I love to see all of that all the time. Read the comment. That's why I call you the obedient. I call you the Akama. Because I know it all started from when APC, Egbekegbe, rolled out guns and tanks to slaughter those who legitimately demanded for justice in Nigeria, including the EndSARS protesters, the young people who went to EndSARS then. So what happened? When they killed them, They are vuvuzelas. They are defenders. And the rest of them who are the humbled slaves urging these criminals on in different of these parties, right? They condemned you, they condemned them in death. They denied them in death. The other one they have now started using when they have nothing to sell to you, how they can sell, how you can sell Tifnumbu. You know why Tifnumbu is difficult to sell? And do you know why they have decided to gaslight the Igbos among other ethnic nationalities, ethnic Nigerians living in Lagos? You know, not be only Igbo people in Lagos, so you know that. In fact, there's barely any nationality that doesn't have any relative in Lagos. That Lagos. And we all know the reason why, okay? Yeah. But the Igbos are singled out by Tifnumbu's Lagos Abobaku. They were singled out because in Lagos, they've always felt that the Igbos in Lagos, they hold Tifnumbu the air they breathe, and this or that they do, and all of that stuff, yeah? And when things goes wrong, when they look for who to blame, the Igbos are mostly the available one to blame, not other people. And most of the time, they always happen during elections. But this one didn't happen during elections. It happened 2 years ago, October 15, 2020, 5 days before they carried out the massacre that they carried out at Lekki Toll Gate and across Lagos State that day, as well as the 23rd and 24th massacre that PDP, Wike, carried out at Obigbo, where hundreds and hundreds of people were slaughtered, killed, many of them in their homes, women, children, by the Nigerian army. But it all started on the 15th. How? People have been gathering, they have been partying everywhere soft. People don't meet girlfriends at a protest. Some people will even close, some businesses in Lagos. They were trucking food, trucking water, trucking different supplies to different protest locations, Alausa, Toll Gate, everywhere. Some businesses, companies, they were allowing their staff to close or to leave work early so that they can go and join the protests, EndSARS protests in different locations then. But while these were going on, the Lagos Abobakus, APC, Egbekegbe, àwọn ọmọ ẹrú, àwọn ọmọ òfò, ọmọ ìrankíran ayé yìí o, they were raging. I told you that what they usually have in their stock is fear, violence, threats. If you take and then a tribal slaw, bigotry, and fanaticism that is now that is garnished with a little religion, garnished with a little religious, intolerance. They were fuming. They were angry. All these things, all these protests, majority of these people who are like there, talking at this protest, so some of them are not from Lagos, so some of them are Igbo, so forgetting the fact that majority of these Olori Bruku Omo Ale Omo Agberos following Tinubu, majority of them, they are not from Lagos too. You know that. The indigenous owners of Lagos State, which myself is included. You know why? Originally, now the Ilajes, Aworis, own Lagos because of that water. When they started forcing Nigeria on all of us, and then they demarcated what they call states. Today, in that's what they call Lagos State today. We Ijebus, in all honesty, you can go and verify as they do all the time. The Ijebus today controls the majority of the outskirts of where you call Lagos today. Yes, we do. And you will never see most of the Ijebus, the owners who are also the owners of the land there today, where they call Lagos State, tell other people that were born in Lagos to go back to where they come from. But you will be seeing some of these our brothers in Lagos when I was still in Nigeria, yeah, and I believe it's still the same thing. We know ourselves who are indeed Lagosians. Yeah, we know ourselves. And then when we see many of these Agberos who come to Lagos, who had no place to stay, sleeping under bridge, motor parks, and then most of them who ended up as the Agberos that are into Oga Owoda. So most of the time when we see them, we say, Wawala ti lu oke, Owangbowo le leko. Ṣé ilẹ̀ bàbá ẹ dé ibi yìí ni? Those are okay because of Tinubu from Iragbiji. Who entered and through their whatever, entered the psyche of the owners of Lagos themselves, only for them to drag and begin to say those who actually have more say in Lagos should go back to where they come from with all of their own ilatu from everywhere. Shut up your mouth. Yoruba land is the same. Oh, I thought Nigeria should be the same as well. If you agree that Yoruba land, every Yoruba is the same and every Yoruba land is Yoruba land, in this case, we can tell those that can come in and those who cannot come out because Yoruba land is not Nigeria. Is that not you agreeing now? That those who are asking for Yoruba nation, they are right. Meanwhile, you see those who are asking for Yoruba nation, they are true sons and daughters of the soil. They have no hatred in them. They are not asking anybody to leave. You know why? Because all over the world, Yoruba sons and daughters, they are welcome peacefully. They are living peacefully. They are living legitimately, contributing to the development of different parts of the world. And they are being rewarded handsomely for that. In Lagos, the people who are actually working, apart from all these Tinubu Agbero, jobless people, all these political washings, cretins in Lagos, yeah? The people that are really working and doing businesses in Lagos, they are paying their taxes there, paying everything into that government cover. But if Tinubu jobless rogues, many of them who have social media handles today, never worked in their lives, they will jump at the Igbos. But the reason is this. When the EndSARS protest got to head, and the rumor came out, it said that these Olori Burukus have been storing COVID palliative for themselves. Haba, be leya were leya lesinwin toni. This Olori Buruku APC, they've already shared the COVID palliative among themselves. Some of their honorable members, some of them are already rebagging the rice, putting their own names and souvenir on them. Rebagging expired spaghetti, moldy rice. They were repackaging them. They kept them deliberately during Corona. So people who were hungry, they were going to EndSARS to go and get fed. And just as you know, they brought in their terrorists to attack the protesters. Like I said, when those things were going on, day 1, day 2, week 1, week 2, all these same jobless Lagos Abobakus, yeah, they were calling for the death on those young people, asking for a better Nigeria, which all these Olori Burukus will also live in. The Nigeria that APC, Egbekegbe, destroyed. So they were there. They were calling that if the government will not do anything, they were going to go on the streets and attack all these people because they suspected that they were being sponsored by Biafra. Are you guys mad? What's it concern Biafra with EndSARS? Some of you may have forgotten. I get video. I go share them with you. Food, palliative, palliative, yeah, they found palliative there, Baba commotion everywhere. Well, guess what? Those who have established relationship at different protest ground, they didn't even bother going anywhere. Protest ground, food day, drink day, music day. In some cases, some people meet love of my life there. Different protests. It was that peaceful that people were meeting the love of their life at protest ground. But that wasn't satisfactory for these Lagos Abobakus, these criminals. They unleashed terror on them. Let me show you one. At some point, how many of you remember this boy, Pelumi Onifade? He happened to be one of the young journalists covering the EndSARS protest at the time. Now, he covered in one of his coverage, he saw where APC politician who was enraged that their leaders are not doing anything about the protest, and the protesters are asking Buhari to go. Buhari must go. Buhari must go. Sure you get. So this guy, this young man, very young boy, was recording the protest and all that. In one of his recordings, in one of the videos, he captured this man. Let me show you his face. Bolarinwa, something Bolarinwa, his name. He captured his face where he came down from that car. You see that car there? This man came out from that car, brought out an AK-47 gun, all right, and he shot into the crowd. He is not a policeman, no. He's a politician in Lagos, so one of the Tinubu's murderous assassins. Political Oshin. One moment. Political Oshins that will threaten you on social media, by the way, and they will tell you, it's like you don't value your life, Abi. You know, you sabi talk, Abi. You think say you sabi talk. If they burn you well, come back to Nigeria. If they burn you well, just come here for just 2 minutes. Let's just see you face to face. If you go back alive, you will thank your star. Now, this man was recorded with AK-47 gun. He came down from his car, he shot into the crowd, and he drove off. That young boy, Pelumi, captured that moment. You know what happened to Pelumi? He disappeared. For 3 days, they initially thought Pelumi was with a press tag on him. He had this tag on, press. So that even if police arrest you, once they see the tag and your ID, they should let you go. Abi? Or call your media platform to confirm. Pelumi disappeared. Guess what happened to Pelumi? They kidnapped Pelumi when they found out from the platform that Pelumi recorded the video, that published the video, right? Boa TV or something. They took this young boy. He was just 17 years old, a teenager. They took him to Ikorodu, tortured him, killed him, and they dumped him in the morgue in Ikorodu with all physical injury, beating, bruises, and swelling. That young man died because they were trying to protect Tinubu's armed thugs in Lagos. That's not all. Some of you will remember this guy, maybe you don't. This picture was taken at Alausa. This picture was taken at Alausa. And this guy is a very well-known face in Lagos, Agege. I can't remember his name right now, but those who are watching me right now, they will know his name, okay? On the 15th of October 2020, this guy led these people, and they were driven down on your, is it called BRT or what is it called? Let me see if I can still find that.
See knife.
Okay, so we've been here,
So look at him. That's the guy that led them. Okay. They came in a fully loaded BRT bus. Okay. In order to show a quick cover up, Sanwo-Eku then brought the driver of that BRT bus to come and say, oh, they hijacked the bus. They hijacked the bus from him. Okay. And they forced him to drive them to Alausa to go and attack protesters. Were those ones IPOB, by the way? Were those Igbos there? Did you see them? Those were the people who triggered the attack, the burning of properties in Lagos. They were Yorubas. They were Tifnumbu's boys. You see those ones with phones, their own job is to make sure that for those who probably would never see this kind of videos, is to tell them that Igbos burned down Lagos State. Now, here is another one. I'll show you. This is what happened, though, 2 years ago. It's not that long ago. And all these were done by APC. Egbe. Are you following me? Now, here is another one. Then I will let you see the eyewitness account too.
Stop it now, stop it.
So did you see him? Did you see this guy in that video? This guy has never been arrested till now. Okay? He is known. They know him very well. Lagos Abobaku knows him. That is why on social media, yeah, when you see those ones, those social media cretins, they always haul out all those threats. If they burn you well, come to Lagos. We will show you. Those ones are to what? They are to wet the ground for this guy.
Stop it now, stop it.
So, I don't know. Have I managed to juggle your memory back again to that October 2020 state-sponsored killings? Did I? It was when the Almota failed. It was after that they said